All right. Got us kicked off a little early here so that I can check out a couple of things. So thank you for being here. It looks to me like my stream is a little slow, maybe a little glitchy. So if you are here and listening, if you can give me some feedback, that would be amazing. I have had pretty significant tech issues lately, so I'm trying to work through that and figure out how we get this thing going with better quality. You know, sometimes I stream from the office, sometimes I stream from home, and both have failed me with bandwidth lately. So I am hopeful that this is working. It also looks like, just kind of testing my mic. Looks like that is working. If you're here, if you're able to pop into the chat, that would help me out quite a bit. I'm going to get my space set up. I'm going to hope that this is working well, and I'm going to get us kicked off. So bear with me 1 minute. You can get your space set up as well. Welcome to Total Body Conditioning. I'm kind of making the assumption that if you're here today, maybe it's not your first time, but I could be wrong. All right, I got to make sure I don't tip things over here. All right. I think we are good to go. Grabbing my water. And fingers crossed, this is going to plan. So welcome everybody. My name's Katie. Excited to work out with you today. I'm going to get us warmed up. I don't know about you and where you are. My space is very cold. So we're going to jump right in. We're going to sit into a squat, sweep, and reach those arms overhead. That's about 10. We're going to drop and hold it here. Pull those arms wide. And it's a reach and pull. We're here for about 10 reps. Feeling some heat in our legs. And that makes 10. Good. Hands to thighs, just round the back, tuck and round up. Roll those shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring the feet together. Imagine there's some obstacle in your way. We are going up and over said obstacle, working those hips and closing our feet. So up and over, on repeat, side to side. I have done this with a straight leg when we're a little more warm, but right now just bent leg. Let's get these hip flexors firing, a little bit of balance. I just tuck my arms out of the way, but if you need them for balance, by all means, you can use them out here to the side. We're here for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. From here, just side to side. Start tucking back your heels to your seat, some hamstring curls. Tuck it straight back, pull those arms back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to knees, reach and pull. Right up into your chest for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Legs are together. From here, option number 1, modified jumping jack. Option number 2, full jack. Breathing in through the nose out through the mouth. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Very good. I'm going to adjust the mic. From here, go ahead and grab a set of weights. Just going to see who's here. Very good. Grab a set of weights. I would say if you have many options, kind of a middle of the road weight. We are going to take a squat with an Arnold press today. So it starts like a front squat. Feet are set up, comfortable squat stance. Palms are facing the shoulders. We sit back, loaded the weight at the front here. Overhead press, flip your grip, meet at the top. Sit, flip, press. Palms face you, palms face away. Good. We're here for 4 more reps. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Set that down. If you have a heavier set of dumbbells, please fetch those. I'm going to take off my ring. From here, we take a lunge stance. So one leg forward, one leg back, hinging forward from the hips, bend over row, squeeze, and reset. Heaviest weight you've got, retract the shoulder blades, arms follow. Here on repeat. You really want the chest out and the back initiating the work, and then the arms come along for the ride. Let's go 8 more here. 8, 7, 'and step on out of it. Set that down. Push-ups are next. We are doing a push-up with a torso rotation, a little bit of chest opening action. So your options are knees or toes. Your other option is a wider hand placement or more of a triceps push-up, narrow placement. So I'm going to be on my toes, personally, wider grip, follow along. We go 12 reps. Each rep counts. Looks like this. 1 push-up, glue the feet, rotate it open, go again. Glue the feet, make your waistline do the rotation. Very good. We're about halfway. If you're following along with me. One more each side. And rest. Stretch the low back. That might feel nice. And come on up. Once you're up, go ahead and grab a drink. This microphone is not cooperating. Let's try that. And we take this circuit one more time. So front squat, Arnold press, lunged, bent over row, push up with torso rotation. Here we go. Fetch whatever weights you have or whatever feels appropriately challenging. From here, we sit back and overhead press. Then you're weighted 12 reps. And done. Very good. If you're making a change, grabbing heavier weights, do that now. I am choosing to do a higher volume of pulling. So we're going to do more like 16 to 20 reps. Here we go. Get into the lunge, hinge forward, pull and squeeze, and reset. So a little active hold at the top. Squeeze between those shoulder blades. Arms follow. Good, about 6 to 10 more. If you can do more, always do more. Here we go, I'm going 4 more. 4, 3, grateful to be warming up. 2, and 1. Very good, set that down, no weights next. Push up with the rotation. Now I said this last time, but I want to reiterate. I'm really gluing my feet down and demanding that the rotation happen in the torso. So, join me when you're ready. Top of the push-up. 1 bend press. Reach. Glue those feet. Make your obliques do it. Halfway. Three more here. And rest. Very good. I'm going to pop up. It occurred to me there's something I might be able to do to optimize this stream, so bear with me. Okay, let's keep on keeping on. Hopefully this is streaming in good quality. That's my hope. From here, go ahead and fetch 1 weight, moderate to heavy. From here, we are favoring one end of the mat. We've been doing this asymmetrical lunge, lateral lunge. So I'm going to have the weight in front of my chest. I take a large step to the side, 1 bent leg, 1 straight leg. I push off. Today, with the leg extension, we have a frontal chest press, just a chest press. I was going to say frontal raise, but it's a chest press. Hinge, strong push, chest press and leg extension. So we got a whole lot of things going on. Making our way to 12. If you're unable to balance, come to what I call kickstand and just tap your toe. Awesome, 2 more here. Oh, I didn't do my leg extension. That's what I get for thinking. I was thinking about what I want to do next. So go ahead and come to the other end of the mat. Take a couple deep breaths. Obviously these compound movements where many things are working at once, you can probably feel your heart rate up. Me especially with talking the entire time. Push, press and extend. Ooh, good hip crack on my end. I feel a really nice stretch on the straight leg. The bent leg is doing that strong push or driving action. Your straight leg, your supporting leg, is there for stability and balance, but it's not getting worked the same. How about 3 more? My counting is admittedly sus because I'm talking and counting and doing, and I'm a one-woman show. Doing all the things. Woo! All right. Go ahead and set that down. I might get to peel out after all. Next, I'm going to have you grab very lightweight. So maybe not light as in like 3 pounds, but lighter weight, because I'd really like to prioritize amazing form and range of motion, and I think lighter weight will help that. Here we go. We are feet side by side, bend over reverse fly. So hinge from the hips, everything's together, slightly rounded arms, pull apart longer lever, squeeze, and release. Pause at the top. Similarly, higher volume of reps, 16 to 20. Good, 5 more here, 5, little squeeze at the top, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm going to leave it at that because our previous exercise had a right side, left side, and that eats up a fair amount of time. So with that, we're going back to our lunging drill with the chest press and leg extension. So when you're ready, grab your weight, favor one end of that mat. We're going to pull weight in front of the chest. And here we go. Long step, catch a balance, everything extends, reset. Core nice and tight. That means belly button to spine, nice posture. Two more. And rest. Very good. Walk to your other end of the mat. Round 2. Take a couple deep breaths. Regroup. Big breath in. Sit. Exhale, push. Keep going. I know it feels like we're here a while. We have 4 more. Exhale, push. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job. Making a change to a potentially lighter set of weights. So again, we can prioritize really great scapular retraction and a little higher volume of repetitions. 16 to 20 reps, feet side by side, knees bent, hinge forward, rounded arms, pull apart, exhale, pull. Keep going. At least 4 more. 4, 3, 2, that's 1. Very good. Set that down. catch your breath, and I should have acknowledged this right out the gate. If you have a chair, or you have an ottoman, or you have a bench, if you have something that you can dip off of, I'd invite you to grab that now. If you do not, no problem. You can do it directly from the floor. So I'm fetching my very obvious white chair. What I'm offering up today is a dip off the chair with a leg extension, potentially, up to you. So we kind of have this theme of drilling our quads today. So the nice thing about the chair is it does allow you to have a more neutralized grip. So rather than rolling the wrist back into that bent, wrinkled position, you're going to roll your wrist forward, let your wrist be nice and straight, slide your bum off the chair, and or extend the right leg from here. Bend and press. Bum is close to the chair. Swap out your legs. Squeeze those thighs. Knee super straight. Two more. That gave us 8 each leg. Go ahead and shake out your wrist. Move your chair just immediately off the mat if you're working on a mat. And I need you to grab a lighter weight, 1 dumbbell, and you're potentially going to want some cushion under your knees. Next, we'll take a powell raise. We've done this before. Upright kneeling. You're going to extend a leg. Whichever leg is extended, that same arm has the dumbbell. From here, lateral flexion. That means a side bend. Hips tuck under. Arm hangs in front of the chest. You pull, long lever, straight arm up over your chest. We're going to do 1 powell raise, 1 leg lift. Arm, leg. Now, if you really want to party, I suppose you could do everything at the same time, if that's your idea of a party. Otherwise, you do 1 and then the other. If your wrist is bothering you, make a fist on that bottom arm. We really do want excellent stacking, shoulder over wrist. Got about 2 more here. Keep going. That feels good. And done. Now, coming on up, we're immediately going to the second side. Now, some people, when they do this leg lift slide, or what's called hip abduction, abduction, they'll feel like, man, my leg just doesn't really go anywhere. It doesn't go as high as Katie's. Yeah, we all have different mobility, but I do think that will get better as you train more in this position. Arm, leg. Powell raise, hip abduction. My goal is a strong body, but also a supple body, right? So a body that can move freely, have options, be free. We have about 4 more. Awesome, set that down. Grab a drink, make your way to standing. Fetch your chair or your bench or your ottoman or whatever it is you're using. And we go back to our dips with leg extension to the front. Obviously, if that's too much, you just leave your foot down. What might be another progression for you to make it more challenging would be to work with 2 straight legs. Once your bum is slid off, you walk your legs out straight. So that's an option too. I'm just trying to drill the legs as many different ways as I know how to kind of diversify this body weight work that we're doing. So from here, slide it off, right leg off, super straight leg, 8 reps. Very good, set it down and switch. 8, 7, and rest. Good. Might feel good to stretch your back a little bit. This is an awesome desk stretch. Just hanging the head between the legs. Safety tip, don't hit your head on your desk. That's a nice little low back stretch. Coming up, clear the chair. Cushion your knees, if need be. Hey, fun fact, you could, if you want to take it to the next level, you could do the powell raise and the hip abduction from a side plank. So that would be a third progression, right? So if I'm here, it would look like stacking everything, doing one arm, one leg. Or again, you want to party, woo, everything together. I've already worked out today. I don't feel like I need to work that hard and hurt myself. So I'm coming here with the original version. From here, powell raise, hip abduction. Four more. And last one. Now, I'll have you set the weight down. Little extra stretch here. Lift your waistline up, sweep the arm overhead, tuck your hips under. Hand to hip, reverse, up and over to that straight leg. Doesn't feel nearly as nice, but it's called a counter stretch. So essentially, if you do it one way, you want to do it the other way. Second side, setting up, shoulder work, hip work. One thing to note is not going beyond shoulder height. That'll pull the load or the weight behind you, put unnecessary stress or strain on your shoulder. We don't need to do that. 4 more here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Good. Overhead reach. Lift that waistline. Enjoy that stretch. And reverse. Very good. All right. Go ahead. Kind of reset your space here. So if your mat's folded up, open it back up. I am going to keep us down for a little extra hip work. If I'm going to, I don't know, speak to what I think one of my strengths is definitely hip mobility. So how do we have these really flexible, free hips that are also strong? Because if we're weak in the glutes or we're weak in the hip flexors, we can't do cool stuff. And sometimes it comes with pain. So I'm going to try to make this so you can see a little better. We will be in all fours. This will actually be good for your upper body in terms of stabilization. Ideally, flat hands. If your wrists are bothering you, make a fist, and again, you neutralize the wrist. We have not flexion or extension. We just have a nice flat back. From here, it starts like our hip abduction kind of fire hydrant exercise. So we go straight side, we carry it to the back into the hamstring curl, and then we lower down. So side, back, down, on repeat. Making our way to 8. Good. And now we reverse. So you shoot it to the back like a hamstring curl or donkey kick. You carry it to the side, and then you lower back down under the hip. So back, side, lower. Now just extend it to the back, opposite arm forward, a little bit of spinal stabilization, never hurt. Bird dog, some folks call this, and down. You can open your chest, stretch your wrists. I'm doing a do-si-do so that you are looking at my working leg. You don't have to do that per se. From here, hydrant, carry it to the back, and reset. Strong and flexible. Awesome. From here, reverse. Kick it to the back, carry it side, lower down. Almost there. One more. I hope, if you're really stabilizing, I hope you feel how much shoulders, obliques, core generally kicks in to stabilize all of that. And down we go. Good. Little cat stretch. And cow. And reset. All right. I am flipping you over because we want to keep training our hips, our hamstrings in different orientations. So now we get into our bridging setup. For those that are new here, you will continue with 2 feet on the ground and you follow the choreography with 2 feet on the ground. For those of you ready to challenge yourself, you've been here with me before, or for many years, some of you, we take a leg away, okay? On our backs we go. Arms down by your sides, feet hip width apart, strong posterior pelvic tilt. So the second you do that, you tuck your tail, you feel your back press into the floor. You keep that action. You drive pelvis to ceiling, keep tucking. From here, we extend the right leg up. From here, it's halfway down, all the way up. Halfway down, all the way up. Making our way to 10. Good. We hold at the top. Drive like crazy. Now, wherever you are, 2 feet or 1, roll down slow in 4, 3, 2, 1, and reset. We go to our second side. Pelvic tilt, peeling off. We extend. It's halfway down. Drive it up. Good. Hold it. Roll down slow in 4, 3, 2, 1. Reset. Now, We are not coming back to those hip circles we just did. We are going to stay here and do another variation, and then we're on to next due to time and the variety of things I want to get you through. So if you are still working with 2 feet on the ground, you repeat what we just did with the 10 hip thrusts to the ceiling in that bridge. If you are more advanced, if you're taking a leg away, follow along. Pelvic tilt, drive it up. Extend that right leg to the ceiling. Wardrobe malfunction here. All right, from here, you're going to circle your leg to the side to a challenging place and circle it back. Semicircle and reset. Everything else stays rock steady. Woo! This feels like something in your thighs. Twice more, and obliques. And bring it on down. Reminds me of a Saturday Night Live skit. And roll down. Ooh, I can't pull my tank top down. It's like choking me. Knees to chest. Little reprieve. Second side coming your way. I am going to swing around. So essentially, once we're up in that bridge, it's like a rainbow action. So you're demanding mobility from the hip. You're demanding stability from the rest of the position. So from here, pelvic tilt, drive it up. Second side, single leg. Here we go. Arc and reset. Four more. Ooh, this will light up your thighs. 4, 3. Push that floor away like crazy with your bottom leg. 2, 1, and done. Down and release. Knees to chest. Knees apart will feel much better. Rock and roll. Up we go. Next, we are setting up on our sides. Little bit of oblique challenge. And I'm going to then advance it or progress it into my favorite thing, which is adult tummy time. So if you're new here, do your best. Might want to watch it first. And you might decide that you stick with part 1 and not necessarily part 2. So part 1, we're down on our sides. We've been drilling this for weeks, so this will be, I think, no problem for you. Typically what we do is either with light touch or no hand. We do hip abduction, hip adduction, fire those obliques, and then lower down. So I'm going to make it more challenging right out the gate. If you need to, stick with this. Top leg, bottom leg, both legs. For those ready to kick it up a notch, you add the arm overhead, and your job is to lift arms and legs without crossing your face. So it looks like this. Up and hold, reset. So you do not come here. That's taking the lever away. Up overhead. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Quick pause because it looks like my stream has completely aborted itself, but maybe not. Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Something popped up that made it look like a complete screen fail. So we just did, that's kind of a funny exercise. It's called banana, to be honest. It's a Pilates drill. From here, what I'd like to offer up is that we lift and hold. If this is challenging enough, you know, you're either going to stick with option number 1, which was this top leg, bottom leg, both legs. So you're either going to repeat that, or you're going to repeat banana, or what I'm suggesting for our next option is up and hold. Watch this. Look, mom, no hands. I roll to my belly, come into Superman. No hands. roll back to banana, and then rest. So it's up, hold, gracefully, reach and roll, adult tummy time. Roll back, no hands, no shoulders, and rest. 2 more reps. Here we go. Up and hold, and release, and return. I forgot to mention, you have to have a sense of humor on this one. Up and hold, roll to your belly, roll back, and rest. From here, bend your legs, bring yourself up, crisscross applesauce, stretch your hips, stretch your back. And lucky you, we get to do the second side. So setting up sideline. Again, everything's in alignment. Light touch if you need it, no hand if you don't. Option number 1, top leg, bottom leg, both legs down. Option number 2, arms overhead, full on banana, lift and lower, up, hold, and reset. 8 reps. I remember I could still do this like 6 months pregnant, and I was pretty damn proud. And quick rest. Good. So now we're on to that final progression. Again, if that's not for you, no problem. You stick with one of the previous 2 options. Otherwise, we're here, up, hold, reach like crazy, gracefully, roll to your belly, Superman, gracefully, roll back to the side you came from, and rest. Woo, we don't need to do a lot of those, do we? Up and hold. Just for your knowledge, we can do so many different variations of this that only get progressively harder. Rest, lift, hold, no hands. When I did this with my most recent workplace client, people laughed their butts off because it feels ridiculous kind of every time you do it, but especially the first time. Here we go. Up, release, to your side, and rest. Ooh, that one was not pretty. Go ahead and bring yourself up, crisscross applesauce, and just stretch. All right, we are headed into our last 3 to 5 minutes of class, which means I need to start lengthening things out. So we're gonna meet in all fours. Tuck the toes, sit back on the heels, lift the knees. Looks like downward facing dog because it is. Press everything back. From here, I'll invite you to free up your right leg. So just float that right leg off the floor. You're going to turn out the thigh, which will allow your hip to open up and for your leg to go as high as it can. So lift, tap the floor, kick it up, tap the floor. Two more. Pull those legs apart. Up and hold. From here, we bend at the knee. We turn, look under the arm. We come back, lower the leg down. Release the knees. Release the feet and ankles. Open the knees and thighs. Sit back. Take your right arm. Reach it through. Rest on the side of the head. Unthread, reach the other arm through. This is for your shoulder, a little bit of spine, neck, hips, knees, ankles. Woo! And we have a whole second side. Having multiple wardrobe malfunctions here. So let me tuck in my shirt. I'm going to show you my working leg, all fours. Tuck the toes up and back, downward facing dog. Obviously, you could stay here and just kind of work the calves, really press the weight back. But otherwise, I'm suggesting free up the left leg, externally rotate. That allows the leg to go higher. We have a kick and a tap. Yes, this is a little bit of ballistic stretching, dynamic stretching. It can be done safely. And when we stretch extremely deeply like this, it makes micro tears in the muscle, which we want. That's what we do when we lift, by the way. And so the muscle grows back stronger and more toned. Last one, kick and halt. Bend at the knee, rotate the thigh, look under that armpit. Just stretch all your parts. I have a way with words, don't I? Undo yourself, lower the leg under the hip, gently lower the knees, relax the feet, open the knees and thighs, and sit back. Thread the arm through, repeat your shoulder stretch in child's pose. Couple deep breaths. Thread the other arm through. Good. For the clock watchers in the room, we have one more minute. From here, facing each other, legs wide, extremely wide. You can either walk the hands between the feet or around the legs, bend the elbows, draw yourself forward, press down through the outside edges of the feet. Very big hamstring stretch and good blood flow to the brain, good for calming the central nervous system. Walk those hands forward, heel toe in. It's kind of hard. I don't always wear tennis shoes. Sometimes I'm just barefoot, so I'm kind of sticking. What I'd like you to do is pigeon toe your feet and legs, roll onto the outside edge of the foot, and release your body weight forward. This stretches very deeply the outside of the foot and ankle, good for prevention of ankle issues, injuries, but really just lengthens out all that anatomy in the lower leg and shin. Flatten the feet, bend the knees, soften everything, tuck and round up. Roll the shoulders back for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Big overhead reach, easy back bend. Open up to a goalpost position. Draw the elbows in and down. Roll it back, and that's a wrap. I'm going to grab the microphone. I'm going to come up to the camera. I'm going to pray this whole stream worked and wasn't a waste. Like I said, it kind of continues to look a little glitchy for me. So hopefully you were able to follow along, get a good workout. I appreciate you being here. The goal is to continue this Free Fitness Friday, every Friday live like this. I do have a goal to add more content, some shorter format content. I do have the podcast as well. That's just monthly right now on Wednesdays later in the month. So anyways, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your support. If you have any feedback on this or future content, what you'd like to see, how we can support health and wellness within your workday, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time.